Hi everyone, welcome back to the garage. Today, we are going to show you how to disconnect an emergency brake cable. This might be necessary if you are replacing a rear axle, a brake caliper, or even just the cable itself. It can seem intimidating, but it's usually a pretty straightforward process. Safety first, always wear safety glasses and gloves. Also, make sure the vehicle is properly supported with jack stands before you start working underneath it. Now, let's get started. First, identify the type of emergency brake system you have. Most vehicles use either a drum-in-hat system or a caliper-actuated system. The process is slightly different for each. For drum-in-hat systems, the emergency brake cable usually connects to a lever inside the rear brake drum. You will need to remove the wheel and the brake drum to access this connection. For caliper-actuated systems, the cable connects directly to the brake caliper. The cable has to be disconnected to allow for removal of the caliper. Next, locate the cable connection point. On a drum brake system, you'll find it inside the backing plate, connecting to the parking brake lever. For a caliper system, look for the cable attaching directly to the caliper with a lever or clevis pin. Now, let's move to disconnecting the cable. Typically, the cable is held in place by a retaining clip or a spring. You may need a pair of pliers or a screwdriver to remove these. Be careful not to damage the cable or the surrounding components. Once the retaining clip is removed, try to create some slack in the cable. This can be done by releasing the parking brake lever inside the car. You can also try manually pulling the cable housing to create more play. With the slack created, carefully detach the cable from the lever. It might be held on by a loop or a ball end. Sometimes these can be a little stuck, so gentle persuasion might be needed. If it's corroded, try using some penetrating oil and let it sit for a few minutes. For caliper-actuated systems, you may need to remove a clevis pin or disconnect a linkage arm. Again, penetrating oil can be helpful if things are rusty. Make sure to note how everything goes together for reassembly. Once the cable is disconnected from the brake assembly, you can usually pull it out of the cable housing. Be careful not to kink or damage the cable when removing it. With the cable disconnected, you are now free to work on the rear axle or brake caliper. Remember to inspect the cable for any signs of wear or damage before reinstalling it. A frayed or corroded cable should be replaced. Reassembly is usually the reverse of disassembly. Make sure all connections are secure and properly lubricated. Adjust the emergency brake cable tension according to your vehicle's specifications. Finally, test the emergency brake to make sure it is working correctly. Pull the handle and ensure the rear wheels lock up. If not, you may need to adjust the cable tension further. That's it! You have successfully disconnected an emergency brake cable. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel for more helpful automotive tips and tricks. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss our latest videos. See you in the next one.